buddy here and we're going to shoot this video for Texas. Texas got some yo-yo reels recently given to her, and she wanted to know about them. So let's do this yo-yo reel, and hopefully we won't get too much light glaring off of it. Kind of hard to shoot where you can see it without getting it off there. First of all, let me tell you this. These will rust. I guarantee you these will rust, okay? Now, if the string breaks, you can replace the string. Alright, so don't throw them away if you get a broken string. They can be redone. This hole on the top, if it came with the string, comes with some string that you can use to tie to a limb or tie to a boat dock or tie to your boat. Put it around your dog. Yeah. And, you know, use them for an anchor point for it. But basically what you do is you have, this is why it's called a yo-yo. Okay, winds itself back up. Alright, hopefully you guys can see it. Winds itself back up. Alright, now usually they come with a swivel on there, which you can attach a leader and a fish hook to. Okay, because most of the time they use them for fishing. So you take this, tie it up in the tree or on the boat dock, or should we say around the dog's neck? Just hang on to it? No? Okay. Whatever you want to do with it, attach it somewhere, somehow. You could even hard do this to your boat dock or attach it, whatever, you know, but put a nail through that hole, kind of thing like that. Now, you're going to bait this up. We've got a hook and a leader on here on the end of this swivel, okay? So we'll pull out as much cord as we want to get it down into the water. And then there's these notches. There's a notch here, and there's a notch 180 degrees from it right here, okay? Now what happens is you have this little lever attachment that the string runs through. Now here's the reason. The notch goes up and lines up with this lever attachment. You push the lever attachment down into the notch. See that? You push the lever attachment down and it gets caught by the notch. Now it's set, ready to go. Now what happens is the fish pulls on the string by grabbing the bait and pulling. And when that happens, this notch up here comes up out of there. See that? The little lever comes up out of the notch and allows this to then wind back up. Now the reason these things are great is because instead of having all the tension on the string, if you just tied a string to the dock and threw it out there, the problem you have is all the tension, bang, 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 pulling on the string, and eventually it'll break because it'll wear it out. This allows the string to have some give. Just like a fishing pole allows, the fishing pole fights this way. You don't fight with the string on a fishing line. You actually fight with the pole. That's why they say keep the rod tip up and then reel in down by it. Keep the rod tip up and you're putting all that pressure on the pole. Well, just think of this as like a pole. All the pressure goes on the spring inside here and pulls it back and forth. Okay? So, that's the cool part about it. And the fish will fight and fight and fight until he wears himself out. And then you can come get him. Because he's just really tired and he didn't tear anything up and you didn't break the string and you've got him on the hook. Now that's the very basic way to deploy these. And there's many different ways to put these out there. And that's just one and the easiest way to tell you how to do it. Other things you can do for this. In Texas, you're that kind of woman. This can be used for a trap engine. So if you have a snare trap that needs to pick the animal up, you could actually put the snare and attach the snare to the end of this, set it up so when the animal went through the snare and it pulled, it would then lift the animal, a small animal like a squirrel or a rabbit, or at least keep it there under tension so that it could not get away. Now, other things, it makes a heck of an alarm device if you know the right way to hook it up. It makes a booby trap. Anything your little mind can come up with, I'm sure you can talk to somebody. I plead the fifth on grounds that it may incriminate me in a court of law, of what you can do with these. Very handy item to have around. I've got about 4 dozen of these myself here in Ohio, and I know Willie down in Tennessee, or down in Louisiana, excuse me Willie, Willie down in Louisiana has probably got about 6 dozen laying around just so he can get his hand on. So Texas, I suggest you get some more of these. You're only limited by your imagination, my dear. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you out some. Any other questions, I'd be happy to help you. I'll talk to you next time.